Welcome to the show. My name is Jeremy Poole, and I'm the host of The Moment on Real Estate Social, where we explore and celebrate the necessary transformational process one must go through to achieve a high level of success in the real estate industry. Today, we have the fantastic pleasure of hanging out with John Bai of John L. Scott. John runs a team of 10 and is consistently ranked one of the top 1% in the entire country. Not only that, folks, John and his team was able to close a whopping 160 transactions last year. Mr. Bai, thank you for coming on the show.
Yes, for sure. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, brother. So as you know, the show's called The Moment.
Yep.
What would you characterize as being the event or series of events that allowed John Bai 1.0 to become the stunning, handsome, successful man you are today?
Well, I think there's a lot. It's really hard to categorize it into a single moment. I think all of us, our life and the way that we live on a day-to-day basis, and over time, that compounding effect kind of gets you to a point that it's like, it doesn't really happen, I think, right at one time.
Sure, okay.
You kind of look back and you could look in the rearview mirror per se and you're like, wow, I'm actually accomplishing my goals.
Yeah.
And I think through that, there's moments that get you there.
Yeah.
But there's a handful of significant ones to me personally that I think were big things that, I think life just puts you in a place where you need to be at the right place at the right time.
I agree.
And through challenges in my life and the way you grow up and the parents and your friends and family and everybody that you surround yourself with, just kind of ends up, you ping pong around until you're like, wow, I think maybe now I'm on the right path.
Right.
And one of the very first moments was getting into this industry.
Okay.
At age 21.
Okay.
And I had no idea this is what I wanted to do.
Right.
I was just an average guy, hard worker, started working for my mom at her school when I was 13. So I had a really good work ethic, was going to college, staying at home. And then after that was all done, my parents were like, you got to go. And probably the biggest moment for me was my dad telling me you should go buy a house.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy. Like, how am I going to do this? I haven't even paid rent in my life. I have like one credit card.
Okay.
So at that point, getting in this industry was probably the biggest moment that got me started on the path. So buying a house, then the agent that sold me my house, working for him for a year and a half, getting my feet wet.
Yeah.
And then for the next 8 years after that, essentially just living my life in my early 20s, falling on my face and just trying to do the best that I can. And then getting to a point where I was like, I want more. I feel comfortable in my shoes. I feel like I can really do the best for my clients. How do I stop being a salesperson and start being a business owner?
Right.
And I've always wanted to own businesses, but I just never knew how I would get to that point.
Okay.
So lots of different coaching programs and things that I tried to get into, and probably the one big, huge moment for me that really transformed everything that what I was doing was getting to the core training, what I'm in now.
Right.
Because I just didn't have that roadmap. I didn't know what to do. I knew that I wanted more. I knew that I wanted to work smarter, not harder. I wanted to empower others to be able to help our clients and create better systems and structures and really have fun.
Yeah.
My huge passion now is not just selling real estate. Obviously, I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
But my passion is my clients, number one, and a close second is my team.
Yeah.
And being able to inspire them to do the right things and grow personally and professionally and really enjoy coming to work.
You guys, I'll say that I actually did the pre-interview with John in person at his office, and it's just a fantastic vibe. He has a great culture he built there. It's definitely apparent that everybody loves their job. Nobody seems stressed out. I walked in to the office and it was like I walked into their home. Yeah. And everyone's kind of welcoming me and just showing, great hospitality. So for that, congratulations. Because
thank you. I appreciate that.
That's typically not the case.
No.
It's a very stressful job. Therefore, the environment tends to be very stressed.
Yeah.
But you've definitely built a home away from home.
Yeah.
And so that's very, very cool.
Yeah. The culture is definitely family first, and that's empowering them to be able to make the right decisions for their family, and also work at the same time.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to tell them, you got to be in if there's something pressing at home, right? If your family needs you, they need you. Bottom line.
Bottom line, yeah. And I can definitely appreciate that. So on the subject of stress, real estate in general, it doesn't matter if you're a lender, which I've been since 2009, or if you're a realtor or an insurance person.
Yeah.
This is a very stressful business. What sort of strategies or techniques do you lean on or deploy to sort of keep yourself level-headed?
Yeah. So the team is huge, right?
Okay.
I think once you get to a certain point and you have the ability and you're able to help so many different people, I think a lot of people are yes ladies or yes men, right? It's hard to say no ever, because we don't want to say no. We want to be able to be there to help. Yeah. But in doing that, you can put a huge burden on yourself.
Absolutely.
So for me, the biggest thing is delegating the right tasks to the right people. So creating the team that we've created and having it really be like a work. It's a job. It's a job that everybody has their specific task. It's not like there's one person doing 100 different things, because in the real estate industry, there's just so many moving pieces, from the marketing to the finance to the helping your clients. There's just so many. It's layers on layers on layers. We could just continue to keep on going. So for me, it's being able to delegate properly, and also have a balanced life. Yeah. That's why we are so focused on how we run our team and giving people space, because we know that if they don't go home to handle what they need to, that shows up at the office.
Yes.
And for me personally, to be able to have a great relationship with my fiance and my family and my friends and at work, I feel like I'm, in the wheel of life, I don't have like a messed up or bent spoke. We're always trying to improve, but not just improve in one simple area or single area. Like just at work, we're focusing on all different layers, with, your physical health, making sure you're getting a lot of sleep at night, and, keeping in touch with your family and your spiritual stuff, and, reading and personal development and growth, and, getting out there, right? Like, this is the first time I've ever been on all these cameras or whatever, right?
Really?
But, just don't say no. Just get out, experience things, just be excited and genuine about living life.
That's it. And that's really what this show is all about. I'm so happy you said all that, because I love doing this, because it gives people insight. It gives people access to the John By that's not out there, that's not public, and really have a chance to get to know who you are and what you're about. When I sat down with John, he kind of explained his life story from the day that he was born practically till today. Yeah. And this is a really cool story to hear that, because if I wasn't doing the moment, I would never have the opportunity to get that intimate with you. Yeah. And then to share these stories. Okay, so you're very well-rounded, very well-balanced life. You're a very happy guy.
For sure.
You're the same guy I talked to on the phone that I met for the first time in your office. So that's great. What keeps you up at night?
I think is no matter what, as much as you delegate to people, you're still in people's lives. Yeah. And within real estate, you're still helping them with probably the biggest financial decision of their life, the most stressful position they've ever put themselves in, especially right now with our real estate market the way it is. It's not just, here's what's going to happen. Right. You're going to be to the left, to the right, up, down. We are half real estate agents, half guidance counselors. Yeah. Like we're living life with these people. Yes. And our clients. And I love that about the process. But with that, you bear a burden of responsibility. And I still get caught up in those tiny challenges, and I still have the what ifs, because I know how much they have on the line with regards to making sure stuff gets closed on time and nothing falls apart, because there's still there's risky things that can happen throughout the transaction. Absolutely. And no matter what, you can build the most amazing team, but stuff's still going to happen. Still going to happen. So that will keep me up at night. But I also have gotten much better over the years of just knowing that I do my best every day. Yeah. And as long as I'm doing my best every day, then that's okay. The world is whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. And I can't dwell on that. If I'm putting my best intentions out there and my team is doing everything that they can, and I am, then it just is what it is. We'll find a way to make it work, through challenges. we're going to power through.
Yeah.
We're going to be side by side the whole entire time.
I love that, man.
So that's just the way we do it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you mentioned being a student of the Corps, and I know that you've now accepted being a coach.
Yeah. So I'm in training.
Okay.
It's a first step in the process, and that's going to could be anywhere from 6 months to 2 years, really, until you kind of get the call up. But it's definitely a huge opportunity, and I'm so excited to be able to help and inspire others.
So you're very successful. You're really busy. I guess walk us through the thought process of why would you take on yet another responsibility of coaching other people?
Yeah. So again, having a team really allows you to do so many different things.
Okay.
So I've been able to delegate so much to where really everything that I do is kind of the highest level. And for me, giving back is huge. I've been teaching the core principles and strategies already to other realtors for the last 2 years.
Okay.
Through a deal that I've kind of coined coaching for a cause.
Yeah.
It was kind of me getting my feet wet, helping other agents, but also doing it for a great cause. So they would pay directly to a charity of my choice, and they would get coaching for 6 month sessions. They would commit for 6 months, and we would meet the same way that I do now.
Wow.
And through that, I just, the leverage of your time, how valuable it is, how you can impact so many different people. Why you got to share with others, especially if you know.
It feels great. It feels amazing, and it kind of helps you sharpen your craft.
Oh man, my tool belt is getting stacked and changing out for better, for better items all the time. And being around people that are like-minded and that want to grow and have new crazy ideas. I think all of us as agents, right? We have so many wild things happening, and I'm just so blessed to have such a good sounding board at the office where I can just get it all out.
And actually do some stuff.
And we can do a lot of stuff. We can implement really well, which is awesome. And through the Core, that is just going to be able to help me help others, and through that you're helping yourself. My biggest thing is, from the bottom line is we're just here to serve others, and through serving others,
you serve yourself.
It comes back, and whatever that looks like, as long as you're doing it for the right reasons, and you're getting out there, and you're it's okay to fail and get crazy and be inspirational and do new things.
And be yourself.
Yeah.
Do something that you yourself really want to do that's fun and hopefully makes a little money too.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt.
It never does. Okay. So John, what's something that people wouldn't know about you? Maybe a secret. You weren't prepared for this one.
Ooh.
It's not anything too crazy, but maybe a weird fact or something fun that people might get a rise out of.
Well, I think that this industry takes unique individuals, and I think I look at my life growing up and how you learn how to be around others, how to adapt, and become a part of different groups. So I was in a lowrider car club for 15 years, which
you told me that.
Is kind of strange, right?
Yeah.
Definitely you might not think that was something that I was passionate about, but I was the young kid with the loud sound system and the hydraulics on my car.
Wow.
And
what kind of car and what time frame, or what age?
This was like when I was from 16 even through when I was in my real estate career.
Really?
Yeah. So for a long time, probably until about 15 until I was about 30.
So John by with a bandana. He actually has a tattoo sleeve.
Yeah, there's no sleeves. Yeah, the new tattoos are no tattoos. That's my thing.
I'm just playing.
Yes.
That's cool though. Well, John, thank you so much for being on the show.
For sure.
And I can't wait to have you back, my man.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me.
Thank you guys for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.
Upwell Mortgage was created based on a question. And the question was, can mortgage deliver more to the real estate community and to home buyers and homeowners? The answer we came up with, yes. For the past decade, the options have been either online lower rates or local expert service with higher rates. At Upwell, what we found is that you can have both lower rates and local expert service. If you're looking for something more in your next real estate transaction, click or call. We're here to help.